All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash. Double honesty, apostles and levels of great millstone, and shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a quick video on this video that I saw yesterday, right? And I've decided to do a short video on it, man, and just go into how their blessing really is the sword, man, right? And these Edomites, they often do things like paintballing, right? Airsoft, laser quest. That's part of their hobbies, man. They go to gun ranges and stuff like that, right? And they practice these kind of things, man. Right? They practice these kind of things on a regular basis to keep their blessing of the sword sharp, man. Right? But yet a lot of Israelites don't like to keep their blessing sharp and read the scriptures, man. And know and through the scriptures we can navigate and weaken their ability of their weapon that they have against us, man, because the scriptures say that the word of Yahweh is sharper than any two-edged sword. So telling somebody the scriptures it will cut them down to their soul way more than harming them physically, man. Right? Harming someone physically has a strength to it, but really cutting somebody down to the soul and letting them know what's gonna happen to them in their lifetime and them actually knowing that it's true, that really ruins a man's whole spirit, man. Right? But there's certain Israelites out there, 2/3, man, that they think that they're gonna be able to overcome Esau with their particular physical strengths, man. But when I was watching this video, I don't know who this guy is, man, that made this particular video, but these Edomites be going in when it comes to practicing using the sword, man. So all you Israelites out there that you think you're gonna be able to practice the sword with Esau, like you're wrong, man, because what these Edomites are doing in this video, right? Like this guy is wearing a damn, while all these other people are just playing the game, however they're playing, he's made a ghillie suit which is meant for camouflage, and he made it out of trash and brought that to the game, and he's all climbing on roofs and all kind of stuff. None of these people can see him and all that, right? He was going in, man. Look, see, there he is hidden right there in the trash, right? And then people are running past. But really, they got this kind of stuff, these kind of techniques and these kind of things from Gad and from Benjamin anyway, right? And from Reuben, they got these kind of warfares from Jake anyway, right? These kind of guerrilla warfare kind of tactics, right? But now they do that stuff more so than the average Israelite, man. Because the average Israelite, even in you've got places like Chicago and all that where people like to use all of these weapons and all of these things, and you've got people in London that like to do all of these kind of things where they are violent with weapons and knives and all of that, but they ain't practicing these things properly to actually become to the highest level with them, right? They're normally just used to using these kind of things against somebody that's unarmed, right? And that's why they are intimidated, man. And that brings me to an event that took place recently in America, man, right, on a New York train, right, where you had the Jake that came on the New York train, right, and he had a gun on him, and then he was arguing with another Israelite, a Latino Israelite, right, not from the Northern Kingdom. He was arguing with him, and he was all doing that NY talk, sounding like one of them characters from Paid in Full, right, running his mouth, threatening the guy, saying if you even make a move, I'ma break you up, right, talking reckless, right, threatening him, not realizing that the man's woman is getting ready with behind him to stab him in his back, man. And then when the two men started fighting, right, she pulled out a knife and stabbed him in his back twice, right? And he was a bit dizzy and all of that. He almost fell over, right? Which a lot of people would have seen the video by now, right? But then while he's realized he's been stabbed, he pulled out the gun, right? But he didn't even properly understand how to use the gun, because a gun is something that is designed to be used when you're far away from people. But he walked up to the couple and was threatening them with the gun, really wasn't even properly prepared to use it. And then the gun ended up getting taken away from him, and it ended up getting used on him, right? And as it stands right now, if I'm not mistaken, still currently, the news said that the man that's gun it was ended up getting shot in the head, right? And got shot multiple times. And the man that shot him, right? The man that shot him, he's not going to face no charges at the moment, man. Which goes into one of the things that I say when I talk about these kind of topics on on videos every now and again, man, that a lot of these jakes that are thugs and they think they're thugged out and their street life and all of that stuff, man, they're really not really about that life as much as they think they are, man. Because they're normally doing all that threatening and all that violence and all that harm and all that damage on people that have not got that mindset at the time, man. But when everybody in the world, when all hell breaks loose, when everybody in the world is on that mindset, right, these kind of guys are not going to know what to do, man. Right? And when they end up stumbling upon people that have been practicing playing airsoft, making ghillie suits and all that, they ain't going to know what to do when they come upon these people, man. People that have just been practicing what it would be like to have a shootout, playing paintballing and all of that, right? These people are going to be more ready for that kind of stuff than the average Jake, man, when it comes to physical violence, man. And they ain't going to have the protection of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai to overcome all of this stuff that these people are doing, man. Because Yahweh is going to more than level the playing field and equalize the playing field for his elect and give them ability to do things that's beyond the sword, man. Right? The only person that's been given power to fight against Esau and overcome him, really, is Yahweh Shai, man. It says in the scriptures, Revelation 19, and in righteousness, he doth judge and make war, right? It goes into how Yahweh Shai is going to break these people down with minimal effort, man, in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, and in Revelation, the 19th chapter, man. Pardon me. But there's a lot of Jakes, man, that they really think that they're ready for when all hell breaks loose because they can do clap press-ups or something like that, man, or because they can do muscle-ups because they used to do Kung Fu from when they was 3 years old till now, and they might be in their 40s, and they're like, man, I've been practicing Kung Fu, man. You know? I've been breaking them woods. I've been breaking planks of wood with one punch. I was able to do that from when I was 15 on up. So I'm ready. You know what I mean? That don't make you ready for the day of the Lord's wrath, man. The time of the mighty, man, in terms of physical strength, right, has had its day. That time's gone, really, man. It says that in the scriptures, for every battle of the warrior is with garments rolled in blood and confused noise, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, meaning that being physically strong, right, to where you can have the stamina to keep fighting with a sword and a shield for 3 hours straight, and the first stroke of the sword is the same as it is 3 hours into the battle. That time's gone, man. Where men are slaying 1,000 men in one battle, right, running up hills, blocking arrows, but that time's gone. People don't do that no more. You ain't gonna really see a war take place anymore where people are using swords and shields. They might have a knife on them in the armies and stuff like that, but they've got guns too. Handguns, rifles, sniper rifles, grenades, all kind of stuff that they never used to have during the time of kings and queens and all of this stuff, man. During the times where they had battles where men would march to battle. Them kind of warfare is gone now, where you need to be physically strong and have the stamina, right? That time's gone, man. When this guy was doing all of this stuff on this video, which I'll try and leave the link, which I've already put it on the channel anyway, but I'll try and leave one on this lesson. He was using guerrilla warfare and all that, and he was just hiding, man. He didn't need to be. He had the best equipment, and that's why he was able to do the best, right? Because he had the best equipment, man. He had a gun that was probably more higher grade than theirs on his airsoft. He had the ghillie suit. He was hidden, right? But even in that, that's not going to overcome, because the ultimate form on the left-hand side of what Yahweh's setting up is them ICBMs, man, which no man on earth can overcome that. Even the people that made those things, that Yahweh gave the ability to make those things, they're going to have to hide underground when them things go off. They ain't got a piece of technology on earth to balance that out so that they can just be protected from it. They're going to have to hide underground to escape from that. And then that's when the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to meet them, and pay them for all their wickedness. Right? But this was just a video talking about how a lot of these Jakes, man, they think that they've got what it takes physically, right? They might have shot a few unarmed Jakes, right, that they ran down with their boys and shot him at point blank range. So now they think that they're Clint Eastwood with it, man. And they're not. They're not really, man. Most of the time when you see these 2/3 doing all of these shootings and all of these things, right, or all of these stabbings and all these crimes that they be doing against each other, by the way, right? It's normally against another Israelite that's unarmed. And when all hell breaks loose, everybody is going to be on the same mindset of, I'm trying to get my food and I don't care who has to perish in order for me to get that. So then that fogged out way ain't going to seem as fogged out because everybody's going to be on that, man. Everyone's going to have exactly the same agreement with between each other that I'm going to try and get what you've got using violence. And I don't care if you've got a weapon as well. Whereas right now, people will kind of let these thugs do whatever they want to try and do and let these criminal jakes do what they want to do. But that New York train incident showed that people are getting tired of these kind of Jake, these 2/3 jakes that are like them fogged out ones anyway. They're getting tired of their BS, man. Right? And that ain't necessarily the most wicked Israelites out there, that ones that act like thugs, because the ones that are in the churches that they think that they try and look down on those ones, they're wicked too, man. And they might be even worse because they're using a Bible a lot of the time. They're using a Bible and they've got the Bible in their hand and they're lying and then copying what Hebrew Israelites say in part, but then they don't want to copy the whole doctrine. And it's just all wicked, man. I'm going to end the video there, man. I don't want to rant, but I just thought that I'd talk about that, man, because a lot of Jakes think that they got what it takes physically and they think that we can overcome Esau physically. But just if all of these Edomites had real guns and they went into the average Jake neighborhood, just these Edomites, that these probably aren't even really like, they ain't even really prepared to go and fight for their own people in that times, in terms of going and fighting for war. They're just doing it for a hobby and to practice so that they can defend their own household maybe, right? But if they was to just go to the average Jake neighborhood, they'd be higher powered in terms of physical, in terms of using the sword, than they would be, man. So all you people out there that you think we're going to overcome Esau with weapons and all of that, nah, man. We're going to overcome him through the spirit, man. And through the power that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to give this. And I'm going to end the lesson there. Shalom.